Justice, a simple word, a powerful idea. It is a concept that has been sought after for centuries, a beacon of hope for those who have been wronged, and a guiding principle for societies striving to be fair and equitable. Justice is not just a legal term, it is a moral compass that directs us towards a better world. It's the dream of a world where everyone has equal opportunities. Imagine a place where the color of your skin, your gender, or your background does not determine your destiny. A world where every child, regardless of where they are born, has the chance to reach their full potential. This is the essence of true equality, a world free from fear and discrimination, a place where no one has to live in fear of being judged or persecuted for who they are, where love and acceptance are the norms, and hate and prejudice are relics of the past. This vision is what drives many to take to the streets, to raise their voices, and to demand change. This dream fuels the work of countless activists and advocates around the globe. These brave individuals dedicate their lives to fighting for justice, often at great personal risk. They stand up against injustice, not just for themselves, but for those who cannot stand up for themselves. They fight for those who are marginalized and silenced. They give a voice to the voiceless and shine a light on issues that many would prefer to ignore. Their work is not easy, but it is essential. Without them, the dream of a just world would remain just that, a dream. They challenge systems of oppression. They confront those in power and demand accountability. They break the chains of systemic injustice and pave the way for a more equitable society. Their actions remind us that change is possible, but it requires courage and persistence. Their courage inspires us all to demand a better future. When we see their passion and determination, we are reminded of our own power to effect change. We are inspired to join the fight, to stand up for what is right, and to work towards a world where justice is not just an ideal, but a reality. This essay is a tribute to their unwavering spirit. It is a celebration of their resilience and a recognition of their sacrifices. It is a reminder that the fight for justice is ongoing and that we all have a role to play. It's a platform to amplify their voices and share their stories. These stories are powerful. They have the ability to open minds, change hearts, and inspire action. By sharing their experiences, these activists help us understand the importance of justice and the impact of injustice. Their stories deserve to be heard. They are stories of struggle and triumph, of pain and hope. They remind us of the human cost of injustice and the incredible strength of the human spirit. By listening to these stories, we honor their experiences and commit to being part of the solution. Let their journeys ignite a fire within you. Let their passion fuel your own desire for change. Let their courage inspire you to take action. Together, we can create a world where justice is not just a dream, but a reality for all. A fire that burns for justice, for equality, and for a world where everyone can thrive. This is our collective dream. This is our shared responsibility. Let us work together to make it a reality. Meet Maya, an environmental justice activist from the heart of South Louisiana. Maya's story is one of resilience and determination, a tale of a young woman who refused to accept the status quo. Her journey began in the shadow of oil refineries, where the air carried the heavy scent of pollution. The thick, acrid smell was a constant reminder of the industrial giants that loomed over her community. Growing up, she witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of environmental degradation on her community. Respiratory illnesses were rampant, the land was scarred. The once vibrant ecosystem was now a shadow of its former self, with wildlife disappearing and water sources becoming increasingly contaminated. Her family struggled to breathe and thrive. Her younger brother developed asthma, and her grandmother's health deteriorated rapidly. The medical bills piled up, and the emotional toll was immense. These early experiences ignited a fire in her soul. She couldn't stand by and watch her loved ones suffer. She began to educate herself about environmental issues, reading everything she could get her hands on, and attending community meetings. A fire that burned for environmental justice, for the right of her community to clean air, water, and land. She started organizing local cleanup events and speaking out at town halls, demanding accountability from the corporations responsible for the pollution. Maya knew she had to act. She joined forces with other activists, forming a coalition that aimed to bring about real change. They lobbied for stricter environmental regulations, held protests, and even took legal action against the polluters. Her voice became a beacon of hope for many, inspiring others to join the fight for a healthier, more sustainable future. Maya's story illuminates a crucial truth. Social justice and environmental justice are deeply intertwined. Communities of color and low-income communities often bear the brunt of environmental pollution. They face higher rates of asthma, cancer, and other health problems. Their voices are often ignored by those in power. Maya understood this injustice. She saw how environmental racism poisoned the land and its people. Her fight for environmental justice became a fight for the health and well-being of her entire community. Maya shared stories of resilience and resistance, stories of mothers fighting for clean water for their children, stories of young people organizing protests against polluting industries. She spoke of the challenges they faced: intimidation, harassment, and lack of resources. But their spirits remained unbroken. Their commitment to justice fueled their every step. These stories are not unique to Maya's community. They are echoed in communities across the globe, where people are rising up to demand environmental justice. "We will not be silenced," Maya declared, her voice filled with unwavering determination. She stood at the forefront of the crowd, her eyes blazing with a fierce resolve. The air was thick with the energy of countless voices, all united in their demand for justice. Maya's voice cut through the noise, a beacon of hope and strength. "We have a right to breathe clean air. The smog that chokes our cities is not just an inconvenience, it is a threat to our health and our future. We will not stand by as our children suffer from asthma and other respiratory illnesses. We demand action, and we demand it now. We have a right to clean water. Water is life, and yet so many communities are denied this basic necessity. Contaminated water sources lead to disease and death, and it is the marginalized who suffer the most. We will not be silent as our brothers and sisters are poisoned. We will fight for clean water for all. We have a right to live in a healthy environment. Our homes should be safe havens, not places of danger. Toxic waste, pollution, and environmental degradation threaten our very existence. We will not allow our neighborhoods to be dumping grounds. We will stand up for our right to a healthy, sustainable future." Her words resonated with the power of a movement. Each syllable was a rallying cry, echoing through the streets and into the hearts of those who heard her. The crowd responded with cheers and chants, their collective voice growing louder and more powerful with each passing moment. They reflected the collective voice of countless individuals fighting for their fundamental rights. This was not just Maya's fight. It was the fight of every person who had ever been denied their basic human rights. It was a fight for justice, for equality, and for the future of our planet. Maya's story is a testament to the power of one voice to inspire many. Her journey began with a single step, a single decision to stand up and speak out. And in doing so, she ignited a spark that spread like wildfire, inspiring others to join her in the fight for environmental justice. Her journey is a call to action for all of us to join the fight for environmental justice. It is a reminder that we all have a role to play, that our voices matter, and that together we can create change. We will not be silenced. We will stand up, speak out, and fight for a better, more just world for all. Fighting for justice is a heavy burden to bear. Activists like Maya carry the weight of their community's struggles on their shoulders. They face constant challenges and setbacks. They witness firsthand the pain and suffering caused by injustice. They confront powerful forces that seek to maintain the status quo, yet they persevere. Their strength comes from a deep well of empathy, an unwavering belief in the power of collective action, and an unshakable commitment to creating a better world. Section 7. Finding strength in community. Despite the challenges, activists like Maya find solace and strength in community. They draw inspiration from those who have fought for justice before them. They find support in the solidarity of fellow activists who share their passion and commitment. They celebrate victories, big and small, knowing that each step forward is a step towards a more just and equitable world. These communities of resistance provide a lifeline for activists. offering a sense of belonging, purpose, and hope. Section 8. A vision for tomorrow. When asked about her vision for the future, Maya's eyes sparkled with hope. She envisioned a world where all communities have equal access to clean air, water, and land. A world where the voices of marginalized communities are heard and respected. A world where environmental justice is not a privilege, but a right enjoyed by all. This vision is a powerful reminder that a better world is possible. It's a world worth fighting for, a world we must create together. Section 9. The time is now. The fight for justice is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires sustained effort, unwavering commitment, and a belief in the power of collective action. The time for complacency is over. We must all do our part to dismantle systems of oppression and create a more just and equitable world. The future depends on it. Section 10. Join the movement. Maya's story is a call to action for all of us. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in the fight for justice. Educate yourself about the issues, speak out against injustice, support organizations working on the front lines. Use your voice to amplify the voices of those who are silenced. Together, we can create a world where justice prevails. Join the movement.